Greetings, guys and gals. Join me here at Success Over Stress, where the goal is to strengthen strategies that will defeat doubt, cure complacency, and strangle stress. I'm on the road to a healthier, happier, and stress-controlled life by taking control of my financial situation. With the right direction, so can you. So guys, this is going to be a quickie. It's Eric. I'm back November the 1st, 2022, and I haven't been here in a while, but it was time to come back to just do a quick one. So again, success over stress. We're trying to figure out how we can better position ourselves for success and leave out the stress. So in the United States, we have a voting system. And, hey, let's face it. Well, what it's supposed to be is one person, one vote. So the way that you vote, whether or not you vote for candidates who have positions that favor your interests, or if you just cast a vote because somebody else told you to cast that vote, either way, somebody's going to be elected and somebody's going to do a job. Now, whether or not they do the right job, a good job, or once again, if you don't even vote, or if you don't, all right, now follow me. If you don't know who you're voting for, then whatever happens in the state, in the county, in the federal system, I mean, what can you say? You really can't say anything because you didn't have a say when you voted. I mean, you literally want to. The way that this thing works is the way who you put into office, whether it be the House or the Senate or the presidential seat, who you put in office is the one who ends up making the decision. They are your representative. So if we start talking about abortion, or if you start talking about taxes, or if you start talking about supply chain shortages, you really can't do much of anything in between elections. Of course, you can do something, grassroots lobbying, I don't know, social media. You can do stuff, sure. But the ones who are charged with getting it done, those are the people who you elect. And that's what's going on November the 8th, 2022. Okay, so we have the general election coming up, and I actually had to look up a bunch of this stuff just to do this podcast because elections, politics, the judicial, executive, all those branches, that's not my thing, right? So, and I'm glad that there's a lot of smart people who it is their thing, but I think I know just enough to get me in trouble. Okay, but so the general elections, we're using those to elect the candidates, and it can be different by municipality, but those candidates can include senators, governors, county and city officials, as well as judges. And then you have your primary elections that are used to narrow the field of candidates for office and or determine the nominees of the political parties in advance of general elections. And then, of course, so there's, several different types of elections. You have your primary election, your general election, you have your presidential election, you have special elections. Oh, there's so many elections. And one of the things I did go and I found a little bit of data. The 2022 presidential election actually had the highest turnout of the 21st century, with 66.8% of those 18 and older that are eligible voters voting. And in 2018, the midterm elections there had 49.4% of eligible voters placing ballots. And that's been the highest since 1914. So I think a lot of people are, they are willing to use their power, but honestly, years pass. Voting is important, but a lot of people don't go out to the polls. Some people don't think that their one vote is worth it. But when you put all these one votes together, if you have a group of people who have similar interests and they need to have change made, then when those people show up and in numbers, their vote gets out, their message or their concerns get, it gets action. So yeah, use your power. Talk about success, talk about empowerment, use your power. I did find, which again, I had no clue, there's a Federal Election Commission, and they actually have a website, fec.gov. I looked at that website. Let me see here. I looked up that website, and it gives you an idea of the, like, financial campaign contributions for elections. And I started looking at the website, and I thought it was talking about that the candidates raised, total raise for the year of 2020. I thought it was $4,000 for all candidates. Democrats, $3,000. Republicans, $792. And then I said, this can't be right. Surely they raised more than this. And then I look a little bit further down, and it says that this is the total raised is shown in millions of dollars, right? So just for instance, the 2020 presidential campaign, I guess the candidate running, Biden ran as a Democrat. His amount raised was, the receipts. And like I said, somebody who knows more about this probably can tell you the difference that, okay, well, the receipts is this and the disbursements is this. But looks like these numbers are pretty close together. So the receipts for Joe Biden was $1,051,374,614. That was how much money was raised. Oh my God. And then Donald Trump ran as Republican. He raised, the receipts was $789,817,268. That still is a lot of money, but good gracious. Even, Steyer ran as a Democrat, had 345 million. Sanders raised 211 million. Elizabeth Warren raised 127 million. And so I guess those are the discrepancies that people talk about when they say, okay, well, how much are people raising? How much, as far as the campaigns, how much of the campaign funds are the candidates actually contributing themselves? And I know that there's some limits there, and there's some limits as far as how much. Now, I don't know where the limits are as far as private funds or public funds, but I understand there are some limits for how much a person can contribute themselves. But anyway, just imagine if you were raising billions of dollars, and so you can get your commercial put on everything, and everybody will see your face, whether or not they know what you really stand for or not. They see your face, they see your name, and so just seeing the name makes it gives some sense of familiarity to voters. So they don't have to know you, what you're running for, what you're about, but they saw your name. So, they're like, I know that guy. I know something about that lady. So that's money. Gosh, man, money. All right, guys, that's all I have for you. Get out, vote, or don't vote. Hey, I ain't gonna rock the boat. This is Eric. I'm out. Peace.